What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are on week 10, and today we are going over Meta Monday. If you're not sure what Meta Monday is, it's where we take a look at some decks that have been doing well, analyze them throughout the week, and then see my final thoughts. This week we are talking about Inteleon VMAX with the Double Gunner and GMAX Spiral paired with the Urshifu VMAX. Now, Urshifu VMAX is more of a backup attacker. It's really good depending on the matchups, but against things like Mew and all that, it kind of gets awkward, so you don't really worry about it most of the time. At least in my instance, you'll be hitting 140s with Inteleon while spreading damage with its Double Gunner ability. Double Gunner, you discard a water energy from your hand and you choose two of your opponent's Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on each of them, and then you are able to move damage counters around with Painful Spoons. Once during your turn, you can move up to 2 damage counters from one Pokemon to another. So you can move 10 damage or 20, and then it sets up good math with Medicham V. Now, Medicham V has the attack Yoga Loop, where you place 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon, which doesn't sound very good at first, but it has a secondary effect to where if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by this attack, take one more turn after this one. And then you can't use Yoga Loop again. So in theory, you can take a knockout with Yoga Loop and then go back to your turn again where you draw, can play a support or attach energy. So it means that you can use 3 Inteleons, use Double Gunner 3 times, your turn comes back again, use it again, so it works out really well. We also do play 2 Drapion just for the Mew matchup. Mew's kind of awkward. They one-shot Urshifu. They have a hard time continuously one-shotting a VMAX. That's not weak like Inteleon, so the Drapions just come in to help clean that matchup up. Plus the deck list right here, just so you guys have a general idea. This list was inspired by the, I believe, 17th place Fresno list. Zach and I have just been working on it for the past week or so, kind of making some tweaks for the new format. So again, thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's Tech Tuesday. Alright guys, quick editor's note before you see the gameplay. Zach has a showcase of basically what Urshifu Intel does in the Gardevoir matchup. My gameplay, I played against Gardevoir. I did something similar, but my game kind of ended quicker than this, so this is more of an endgame scenario. Zach's going to take over. I'm not going to do any talking. I'm going to let Zach talk about, his plays here and why he's doing what he's doing. But long behold, it is a 6 prize turn, so I think you guys will enjoy. So Zach, take it away, my friend.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Happy to be back, and I'm super excited to show this off. So as you can clearly see, this is the Urshifu Intel list versus Guardy, and from the beginning of this game, I kind of had the mentality of locking my opponent out of their board, because turn 1 he sets up with Mew, Triple Ralts, Zacian, and Greninja. So immediately there's no way for like Cresselia or Manaphy to come down. So I'm just immediately trying to pressure the board, try and lock things down, and I'm trying to keep the threats as minimal as possible. And it actually forced my opponent to use this collapsed stadium really early to avoid a Yoga Loop. And as a result, his board has been locked in this state the entire game. And it does look kind of bad for me. We're at 6-1 prizes, but I have meticulously set up the damage to actually take all 6 of my prizes in one turn. And I'm super excited to show this. So let's go ahead and get it rolling. So I just got hit for 240 right here. Big numbers. But as you can see, the Zacian had no way to accelerate more energies to it. And so we're going to start with the Double Gunner. We're going to take out the Greninja and the Manaphy. And I know going into this play that I have a Melanie in my prizes, which is all I need to set up the GMAX Rapid Flow. So there we go. We take the 2 prizes. And then here I'm going to use Radiant Alakazam to move 10 damage off the EX, because I'm not going to be worried about taking prizes on that. So I move 10 up to the Zacian, KO that with Alakazam, take 2 more prizes. Here it was a little bit dicey, because if I didn't hit the Melanie right here, I'm not quite sure what I would have done, but I went into this kind of expecting to hit the Melanie because I'm getting 4 prizes before I need to do an attack. So I kind of played the odds a little bit. And as you see, we hit the Melanie. So he's going to promote. And right here, it doesn't matter what he promotes because we just Melanie, attach the water to the Urshi, and then we have the rapid energy already in hand. So there's a multitude of ways I could have retreated here. I just chose the hard retreat, and then we go for the GMAX rapid flow, and then we knock out both Shining Arcana Guardies. And lo and behold, that was the 6th prize turn. And so, you know, like I said, going into that turn, I was trying to put as much damage on his attackers as possible to kind of limit the threats that he could throw my way. You know, I didn't panic. I had a game plan set in mind, and I executed it, and we got to pull off the gorgeous 6th prize turn, and we got the dub, guys. It was super fun, and I'm really happy that I got to share this with you guys.
Alright guys, so we are playing the Urshifu Intel deck that I just showcased. We're going to see exactly what we can do. We do have the nifty notepad in order to write down prizes, and we're going to see what we can do. We're hoping to go first. I don't know what we're playing against, but hopefully we don't start Urshifu. And if it is Mew, we do have the double Drapion as well. So our opponent did win the coin flip. We're going to have to see exactly what our opponent decides to do. So our opponent will go first. So we did start Drapion, unfortunately, but it's not too bad. Our hand's looking pretty good. Our opponent started Manaphy, so he's probably playing Gardevoir, in which case starting Drapion is not good. So there's the level ball. We do have a pretty solid hand though to kind of start the disruption process of what we want to do. We won't use the stone right off the bat, but and we do have Hisuian Heavy Ball as well in order to check our prizes just so we can remember. So we are playing against Gardevoir. Our opponent passes. So now we're going to see what we can do. So first thing we'll do is use Hisuian Heavy Ball. We do have Inteleon in there, so we can just put Hisuian Heavy Ball. And then we have Nest Ball, Melanie, Artillery, second Melanie, and then Energy Retrieval. Okay, so now that all that is written down, we are good to go. So we'll play Inteleon. We'll use Battle VIP Pass, and we'll grab Inteleon as well as a Remoraid just to kind of get set up for next turn. And then we'll use Irida. We'll grab the third Inteleon, and I think we're okay to grab the other VIP Pass. So we'll bench the Inteleon. We'll use the Battle VIP Pass just to get the Alakazam down, just so that way we have it. And as far as this, I think we just attach the Forest Seal Stone. And let's see. We're gonna have to set up our board a little bit, so I think we'll just evolve it, or we'll do the Inteleon. And then next turn, we can, if we need to, we can rope and actually hit. Okay, so our opponent plays Iono with only 2 cards in hand, so their hand must have been super rough. So we do get actually a really good hand. So we do have access to Double Gunner, as well as a few other things. Sadly, we don't play Switch, we do play Escape Rope, but we will be able to Double Gunner the Manaphy, and then start to set up some things with that, so won't be too bad. Our opponent brings up Cresselia, chooses to pass. Our opponent's hand is not looking very good, and we did draw the Escape Rope as well, which is perfect. So we can actually Double Gunner quite a few times. I think what we'll do is we'll grab Artillery and Energy Retrieval, and we'll evolve. We'll attach. Go Inteleon. We'll use Rapid Strike Search to grab another Inteleon. And then we can evolve. We'll use Double Gunner just to ping some damage around. Then what we'll do is Escape Rope, and we'll bounce the energy back up into our hand. That way we have 2 waters for next turn, so it just gives us the mana fee, so that's fine. So we'll just move this energy to the Kirlia. He is going to be able to Moonglow reverse it, which I'm not too worried about. And then, let's see, is there anything else that we need to get? I think I'm actually okay with using the second energy retrieval and then using Double Gunner, just because if he Moonglow reverses, then he only it leaves 20 on both, so that's fine. And then we'll use GMAX Spiral. We'll bounce the water back to our hand. So yes, we'll do extra damage, bounce the water back to our hand, hit the mana fee for 140. And then we can start kind of setting up for the late game. We do get Melanie too, which is good. So if he does have a way to clear the board or anything like that, we can just get rid of Drapion, counter the Stadium, play down the Urshifu. So shouldn't be too bad. We did get 1 prize, so we know that there's 1 Melanie left. So we have Hisuian Heavy Ball, Nest Ball, Melanie, Octillery, and then the energy retrieval. So there's our opponent. It's just doing some more fun things. And if worse comes to worse, if he just passes, we actually have Double Gunner, which is really good. Either way, that might be a really good play to do if he doesn't evolve these Kirlias. We can actually Double Gunner and then go from there. So our opponent retreats. So he's not going to use Moonglow Reverse. So we actually do have the chance to put him in a really awkward position. So I have to see how this goes. We won't be able to donk him, but we will be able to make the math work in our favor. I think what we'll do... Okay, so our opponent does Ultra Ball. Let's see what he Ultra Balls for. He might get the EX. Or he could grab Luminion, potentially. Okay, so there's the Gardevoir EX. So I'm just going to keep putting damage onto this Gardevoir. Okay, there's the Zacian. And then he uses Roar of the Sword. Okay. So I'm going to end up putting damage on the... let's see, what's the best way to do this? So we do top deck Urshifu, that's not really going to be needed. What we can do is we can kill the Kirlia and then put 140 onto the Zacian by playing our boss, which might be a pretty solid idea. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do, because that's going to put him in a really awkward spot, and he's going to have to find a way to retreat and all that fun stuff. So we will use Star Alchemy. Star Alchemy will grab our boss. And then we'll use boss in order to bring up the Zacian. We'll use the Double Gunner to go 20-20. And then we'll use the Alakazam. We'll put 80 on the Kirlia, KO it. We did get energy retrieval too, which is perfect. It actually fixes the math a lot. So then we'll use the energy retrieval. We'll get 2 back. We can even use Octillery to get out the third Inteleon VMAX. So we can use Double Gunner. We can do 20 and 20 just to set up for future turns. And then we'll use Double Gunner again. We'll do 20 and 20. And then from there, we'll just hit for 140. Because then the Zacian can only put 3 energy max on it, which only hits for 150. And then if he accelerates to the Gardevoir, if he puts a total of 3 energy on it, that puts him to 120, and our opponent just concedes. So that's the idea behind the aspects of what Urshifu Intel can do. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I know it was a quick video, but kind of tough getting gameplays when all I'm playing is Gardevoir. This is probably one of the best instances of playing against Gardevoir. So thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's Tech Tuesday.